highest F major. I just want to thank everybody that's been checking out my videos and stuff, everybody that's been subscribing. Thank you for all the support and stuff, and thanks for checking out my videos. I've been getting a lot of questions about what gear and stuff I use in my studio. I want to just give y'all a quick tour. I don't have that much gear. You might see me at different places on different videos using different things, but in my own home studio, I don't have that much. Basically, I got my main MIDI controller right here, which is the CME UL5. Pretty inexpensive controller, but it feels a lot like the workstation keyboards that I used to use, like the Motif and the Trident and all that stuff. So this is my main controller right in front of my computer. I got a Studio Electronics SE1. It's my analog synthesizer. Basically, it gives me a lot of my bass sounds and lead sounds. It's fully analog and stuff, and I mean it sounds real good. I'll play some stuff for y'all in a second so that y'all can hear it. Monitors, I got just some Yamaha HS series monitors. These are the 5-inch series ones. So that's that in terms of monitors. Y'all probably can see that MPC 2000 XL. That's I'm always gonna be using the MPC, regardless. I mean, in some way, shape, or form, it's like it's just a cool piece to either perform on when you're just banging out drums and using samples and stuff, or even to make just full beats on. I've always liked the way it works, so that's not gonna change. You see my interface right here. It's a 003 rack. Other than that, I mean, I got a G5 computer. It's a dual G5. It's got about 6 gigs of RAM in it, and got a lot of software now. Let's see. Over here you can see I got a Motif XS, but that ain't even mine. That's Yamaha's. You know what I mean? That's something that I've done some programming on, but it's not mine. In the first video y'all saw, I was doing the evaluation on it. I still got it because when I'm dealing with them, a lot of times it's an indefinite loan. So that's my studio setup. That's what I'm working with. I got software. That's my main thing. I got Logic. I got Reason. And I got legit copies of stuff. If you check it out, I got legit copies. You gotta buy your stuff. Like, if I go over here for a second, I'll show you. I don't play around. It's legit copies. You know what I'm saying? Legit copy. It's nothing. I don't pirate. That's about it. I mean, that's what I use. So, I'm gonna let y'all, think about that for a second. I'm not using that much here, and you really don't need to use that much. I used to get caught up in trying to have everything, and I've had setups where I had 4 different sound modules, a keyboard, MPC, and you gotta think about what's the purpose. If you really know, it only really takes you to know a couple pieces of gear to really get down as far as production goes. Some machines have more capabilities than others, but at the end of the day, as long as you know your equipment, you can pretty much achieve most of the sounds that you're looking for production-wise. I don't see any real purpose of buying a new synthesizer or a new Rompler or whatever, a new Motif every year, because you don't need to. You get a Motif, you learn how to use it, you learn how to program in it, and then you get down. And you start, if you get caught up in using a lot of presets, then you're gonna get tired, because when you buy your basic sound module, your basic workstation, you find about 80 sounds out of 1,000 sounds that you like, and you got your core set of 80 sounds that you always go to, presets, mind you, So you keep going to those, and then you wear those out. After you done had it for about 1 or 2 years, you ready to find something new. And that's indicative of someone that has not learned how to use their equipment to the fullest potential. When you learn to use your equipment at its full potential, you know how to create new sounds, you know how to program, you know how to really change up the content that's in there so that you're not only dealing with presets. And ideally, if you get the right synth, if you pick the right synth for yourself, you shouldn't have any problem with programming, hundreds, thousands of new sounds and always being able to come up with something fresh and always have people thinking, man, what is he using? Because I never heard that sound before. And that's what it is. For me, I like analog stuff. So, I went and bought one analog synthesizer, and that's pretty much it. I don't need any other analog synth. Yes, it's only one voice. I can only play one sound at a time. With some creative programming, however, I can get the job done, whatever I need to do in terms of analog fat sounds or whatever. And then if you want to really talk about synthesizers, I have tons of software synths that I can use that give me a lot of the sounds that I use anyhow. So I don't see the need of buying a new Rompler or a new synth or anything every year. Just learn how to program and it should be all good. So that's all I had to say for now. I'm gonna post a video up in a little while about using the MPC with Logic. And the reason I'm doing that because I've been seeing a lot of folks, asking how does it work with Logic? How would you use it with Logic? How can I use Logic instruments or use Logic as a sound module for the MPC? So I'm gonna post a video shortly about that so that y'all can see how it works and how somebody would get down. So y'all can check that out later as well. But that was just my little spiel for now, talking about my equipment and what I'm using. And you'd be surprised what some people use. Some people get down with far less than what I got, and really make bangers. So it all comes down to the person, not the equipment. They always say that, and I know it sounds cliche, but that's just what it is. It just comes down to the person, not the equipment. So I'll leave y'all with that, and I'll get at y'all later about this Logic stuff.